Hi bold bakers! Tomorrow is National Lemon Meringue Pie Day, and a lot of you have been requesting pie recipes. So this week's recipe is kind of a no-brainer. I am making lemon meringue pie. So let's get baking. Our first step for this pie is making our pie crust. We're going to make ours in a food processor, but you can also make it by hand. In our food processor, we're going to put in our flour, icing sugar, and a pinch of salt for flavor. Give those ingredients a little stir around so you mix them well together. To this, add in your cubed cold butter. Now we're going to put on the lid and pulse it until it resembles fine breadcrumbs. If you don't have a food processor for this dough, don't worry. You can rub in the butter by using your fingertips or by using a fork. Now that the butter is rubbed in, we're going to add in our egg and our water. We're going to turn on the machine and slowly add it in until you see the dough start to form. Form your dough onto your cling film, pat it down nice and thin, and then wrap it up. We're going to pop this pastry into the fridge for a minimum 30 minutes, and while it's relaxing, we're going to get started on our lemon curd. We're going to start out with the main ingredient for our lemon curd, which is these lovely California lemons that we get. We're going to zest and juice them. You can't beat that beautiful, fresh citrus flavor. To juice your lemons, here's a little tip. Push it against your surface with the palm of your hand and try and break down the fibers on the inside. You get way more juice out. In a heavy bottom saucepan over medium heat, we're going to bring our lemon juice and sugar to a simmer. If any of your seeds have made their way into the lemon juice, don't worry about it because we're going to strain it later. Now to add in your cornstarch. Take a little bit of the hot liquid and mix it with the cornstarch. This is really important to get it nice and warm. And then we're going to introduce it back into the pot, stir it really fast, and cook it until it thickens, around 2 to 3 minutes. Now that our mix has thickened, we're going to go in with our room temperature eggs, and remember to whisk really fast so the eggs don't cook on the lemon. And then in with your butter. This will make your curd lovely and shiny and creamy. Now cook this mix further for another 4 minutes and continually stirring. As you can see, the lemon curd is beautiful and thick, and you can't see any cooked eggs. This is a really foolproof way to make lemon curd. And your lemon curd is done. It looks beautiful, so we're going to pass it through a strainer and let it cool down. You will see in a lot of recipes when you're storing your lemon curd to rub butter on the top and then cover it tight with cling film. But I've got a much easier method. Get an already buttered butter paper and lay it on top. It'll stop your lemon curd from forming a skin, and it'll keep it nice and protected from the fridge. Perfect. Our pastry is nice and relaxed, so now we're going to start rolling it out. Roll your pastry out around 1/4 of a centimetre thick. I like mine nice and thick. And then line your buttered dish with it. Gently push it down into the tray using your fingers. Take care not to tear. Now lots of people have a problem with pastry. It shrinks or it falls. What I like to do is try and prevent that from happening. So I leave a nice thick lip of pastry around the edges. Once it's baked, we're going to shave it clean off and you're going to have a beautiful clean finish. To stop our pastry from rising up, we're going to dock it with a fork, and that just means to create these holes. So a nice sneaky trick is to get some egg white and brush the inside of your pastry shell. And what this does is that when it bakes, it forms a seal. So your lemon curd, your chocolate filling, whatever it is, it's not going to pour out of your baking tray because you've just made a nice seal for it. Now we're going to pop this guy in the freezer, not in the fridge, in the freezer until he is solid, and then we're going to bake him off. Trust me, we're going to have a perfect pie crust at the end. If you would like to see more videos from me every week, then give this video a thumbs up. Now that our pie crusts are totally frozen, we're going to put them in the oven and bake them until they're fully cooked and golden brown. The magic of freezing your pastry shells means you don't need to mess around with baking beads. You just freeze it and it stays a perfect shape. Run your knife along the top of the baking tray and get a nice smooth professional edge on your pastry. The meringue I'm using to top our pies is from my raspberry meringue video, and I'm going to put a link in the description box below. Now that everything is ready, it's time to assemble our pie. It's my favorite part. Fill your pre-baked pie base with your beautiful homemade lemon curd. The thing I love about this dessert, it's the best of everything. It's zesty, it's sweet, it's buttery. And then scoop on generous amounts of your meringue. Pile your meringue sky high. More is definitely better. Then pop them back into the oven for around 8 minutes until they go golden brown. Now that is how you celebrate Lemon Meringue Pie Day, big and bold. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you back here again next Thursday for more bigger, bolder baking.